Hey guys, welcome back. Let's finish this study guide. We have a few more problems left. So looking at question 15, it says, please simplify. And by simplify, all we mean is combine like terms or use the distributive property. Those are the two methods of simplifying we talk about. And then solve each equation. Hey, this is kind of using all those methods we talked about the entire study guide and then putting them all together. So we have simplifying expressions that we talked about a lot, and then we're going to solve an equation. But look, it's all in the same problem. Let's look at this. So whenever we talk about using simplification methods, I have combine like terms and the distributive property. I always use the distributive property first. Combining like terms comes second. So let's go ahead and do that. Use the distributive property right here. 2 times x gives me 2x. That's really like plus negative 5, all right? 2 times negative 5 gives me negative 10. And I'll keep my plus sign. That was right in the middle of those. Minus 4x, I'll bring the rest of it down. Plus 3 equals 6. So now, let's go and combine like terms. Like terms are anything with the same variable, so 2x. And this is really plus negative 4x. Okay, it's important that we do that to keep the sign straight. 2x and negative 4x, that combines to give me negative 2x. Done with those. Negative 10 plus 3, that combines to give me negative 7. So you could either write minus 7, or if you did, you could write plus negative 7, either way. And then equals 6. Notice how I only combine like terms if they're on the same side of the equal sign. This 6 over here, I can't combine it because it's separated by that equal sign. I need to keep it over there. So now, let's go ahead and solve this equation. I have a minus 7 right here, negative 7 right here. If I want to get rid of a negative 7, I have to add 7. That's the only way this is going to cancel out and leave me with 0. Add 7 over here. I'm left with negative 2x equals 13. So now I have to go and get rid of this negative 2 with the x. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. Negative 2. I'm left with x equals 13 divided by negative 2. Now that's not a nice even number, but luckily you have one of these. Let's go ahead and put 13 divided by negative 2. I get negative 6.5. Occasionally, you're going to get a decimal. And that's all right. Not a problem at all. Negative 6.5. You have a calculator to do the hard work for you, okay? The point to remember is the steps of getting to this answer, okay? So let's look at the next one. Simplify first, and then I'm going to solve the equation. So to simplify, I always use the distributive property first. Let's go ahead and distribute that 3. And remember, this is really plus negative 3. So negative 3 times 2x, that's negative 6x. Negative 3 times 4, that's negative 12. I'll bring down the plus sign, bring down the 9x plus, and then I'll bring down the rest of the equation that was written above. Now, I always like to keep the plus sign away from the negative sign by using a set of parentheses, all right? Same over here. That's the only thing they're there for, is to keep an addition sign from a negative sign. So let's go ahead and combine like terms. 9x and negative 6x, those combine to give me 3x. Done with those. Plus negative 12. You could write plus negative 12, or you could have also written just minus 12. Those are the same thing. So if I want to get rid of a negative 12, I have to add 12. That's how I get rid of that. That cancels out to 0 equals negative, whoops, hang on. Let me go ahead and rewrite this all. So I added 12 over here. I'm going to add 12 to this side as well. So I'm left with 3x equals negative 24 plus 12. That's just negative 12. I'll divide both sides by 3. Divide by 3. X is equal to negative 12 divided by 3. That gives me negative 4. All right, and those are the answers for that. And once again, you can go and use substitution and what's going on? That was weird. And substitute that negative 4 in for x, and you would still get, hopefully, negative 24, the answer you were looking for. Let's look over here. A company rents out jet skis for $50 per day plus $15 per hour of use. Muhammad's total rental cost was, let me give that an erase, it's kind of hard to read. Muhammad's total rental cost was $140. How many hours did he rent the jet ski for? Now, a student asked me today, they said, now I know I need a variable because it's a word problem. I know I need an operation. I know I need an equal sign. And I need the numbers from the problem. Now, a student asked me today, they said, which number does the variable go for? Because I know I need an x, and the x always answers the question. The variable always answers whatever question's in the problem. This says, how many hours did he rent the jet ski for? X at the very end of this is going to say how many hours he rented the jet ski for. They said, which number does it go with? Because I have $50 per day and $15 per hour. That's a great question. If X is going with how many hours did he rent the jet ski for, I need it to go with that dollar amount, so $15 per hour. So I'm looking for 15X. $50 per day. It looks like he only rented this for 1 day because I don't say otherwise in this problem. And then he spent $140 total, so that's going to go over here on the other side of my equal sign. 15X, 15 times how many hours he used it for, plus the $50 day rental. This is going to give me 140. I actually need to know what that X is to make it happen. So step number 1, always eliminate the constant. I'll subtract 50 from both sides. Subtract 50 over here. Whoops. Subtract 50 over here. Now I'm left with 15x equals 140 minus 50, that's 90. I have to get that x by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by 15. And again, if you can't do 90 minus 15 in your head, use one of these. And actually, I suggest using one of these. 90 divided by 15 is 6. So, he rented the jet ski. He rented it for 6 hours. The variable always answers my question. X equals 6, or X equals 6 hours. Let's look at the next one. A plumber charges a flat fee of $30 for a service call plus $25 per hour of work. Monica's total bill was $80. How many hours did the plumber work? So, again, all these word problems, they're great because it's essentially like a big puzzle I have to put together somehow. Looking through your quizzes, it was kind of cool to see all the different things you would try until you came to the right answer. And sometimes this is trial and error. I'm going to try a few different things that won't work until I come to the thing that does. So I know I need a variable in every single equation. I know I need an operation. And those are addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. I need one of those. Then I also need an equal sign, and I need the numbers from the problem. So let me say one more thing. Whenever we set up an equation, we've said this every day in class, the x, the variable, can never be isolated already. Okay? Some kids might try this and they'll go, let's see, $30 plus 25 times, they'll make up a number times 4 equals x, something like that. We're not going to have this because x is all by itself. It's all by itself on that equal sign, on that side of the equal sign. We need x to be with one of these numbers, and it has to be doing some work, okay? Don't have it isolated, or we can't give you full credit. So let's look at this. Let's see, $30 for a service call, flat fee, $25 per hour of work. Total bill is $80. How many hours? So the variable has to answer the question. How many hours? That's what x is going to tell me. So x is going to go with the number of hours. So x is going to go with this $25, 25x, because that's going to tell me how many hours that plumber worked. Plus $30 for the service call. That's a flat fee. Everyone pays it no matter what. And the total bill is $80. This is the equation I'm looking for here. So let me get rid of the constant first. I'll subtract 30 from both sides, and that gets rid of that constant. So now I'm left with 25x equals 80 minus 30. That's just 50. I'll get rid of that 25 by dividing both sides by 25. Divide by 25. Now I'm left with x is equal to 50 divided by 25. That's just 2. The variable answers the question. So how many hours did the plumber work? He worked 2 hours. He worked 2 hours. All right, I'm going to give that an erase so I can scroll down. All right, let's look at these. All right, question number 18. Annabella went to the movies. She had $36 to spend at the concession stand to buy candy. She bought 4 bags of candy. After buying all the candy, she had $8 left. How much did each bag of candy cost? Again, it's a word problem. It's kind of like a puzzle. I need a variable. I need an operation of some sort. I need an equal sign. And I need the numbers from the problem. All right? So let's see. Let's start figuring out how this is going to work. She had $8 left. Some of this is just going to use your logic skills, right? She had $8 left. So no matter what, this has to equal $8. That's how much she has left. $36 to spend. She bought 4 bags of candy. How much did each bag of candy cost? Remember, the variable answers the question. X is going to tell me how much each bag cost. So I'm going to go ahead and put it with the bags of candy. So 4X. And then I have this 36 right here. Now looking at that 36, oh, one second. Sorry about that. So looking at that 36, actually, you know what? Let me kind of ignore that. One second. All right, let's start fresh. So she had $36 to spend at the concession stand, okay? Sometimes it's best when we go through this in chronological order, the way it's written in the problem. 36 bucks, she bought 4 bags of candy. If she buys it, she's losing money. She's spending. Minus 4, she's buying all the candy, or I'm sorry, she's buying candy and she had $8 left. How much did each bag of candy cost? The variable is going to go with that 4 bags of candy because I'm trying to put those together and figure out how much the total amount cost. And she had $8 left. So this is the equation I'm looking for right now. She had 36 bucks. She spent some money on 4 bags of candy. Subtraction equals $8 left. So let's go through and solve this one. I'll get rid of the 36, the constant, by subtracting 36 on both sides. Negative 4x is equal to 8 minus 36. If you don't know that in the top of your head, use your calculator. 8 minus 36 equals negative 28. Now, let me go and find x. I'll divide both by negative 4. Negative 4. X is equal to 7. Negative 28 divided by negative 4 is 7. So how much did each bag of candy cost? $7. That's about right. Movie theaters are expensive. All right, let's look at the next one. Planet Fitness charges $10 per month for a gym membership plus a $20 registration fee. After a certain number of months, Cole had paid $130 total. How many months did he have the gym membership? So, couple things to consider. The variable answers the question. How many months did he have the gym membership? That's what X has to tell me. So is X going to go with the 10 over here? Or is it going to go with the $20 registration fee? How many months? It looks like it's $10 per month. I'm going to put the X with that, 10X. Plus a $20 registration fee. This plus is such a great keyword. Literally plus, plus. $20 registration fee equals the total amount, $130 total. So let's go through and solve this equation. I'm going to get rid of the constant first, eliminate it first. I got to get rid of adding 20 by subtracting 20. That cancels out to 0. I'll subtract 20 over here. I'm left with 10x is equal to 130 minus 20. That gives me 110. If I went through and actually solved for x, I'll go and divide both sides by 10. Divide by 10, I'm left with x is equal to, let's see, 110 divided by 10, that's 11. So how many months did he have the gym membership? 11 months. All right. You guys, thanks for sticking around for the whole video. That is the entire study guide. Any question on the study guide is fair game for the test. So make sure you use this. It's a great resource. It's a great study tool. Please complete it and bring it back on Thursday for our test, okay? Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in class tomorrow.